I am Halcyon and this is Hugnation, and another topic I wanted to talk about today is leadership. I have been studying, researching, noticing, becoming aware of, being overwhelmed by, being inspired by several different role models and examples of vision and leadership recently. They are the Steve Jobs book that I just finished on audiobook, the 30 Seconds to Mars documentary that I just watched, and working at the Fresh Realm offices and seeing my CEO boss handle himself and lead. And several people in the office, but specifically him. And there's a thing that I have noticed and become aware of, and I find it intimidating and scary, and and that is this. There is a quality among great leaders to fight for their vision. I have a tendency to say, that's good enough. When someone, if I ask somebody to do something, and they bring it back to me, even if I wish it was different, I will probably say, okay, that's good enough. And sometimes that's fine. For example, with Pink Heart Camp, I try to paint a vision of a concept or an ideal or an ideal, and then as people say, oh, I think I know how to make this better, or I know how to do this, and then they go off and do it, 99.9% of the time, whatever they do is awesome. And even if it's not what I was visualizing, it's good enough, or maybe better. Occasionally I'll say, you know what, we actually we have a logo that we need, that I'd like us to use, or I'd like it to be a little bit more pink up front, or whatever the thing is. But I don't have a thought of, this is my vision in my head, what you have showed me is not up to that par, so we got to do it again, or go back, or this is what I want you to change. It's just, it's very hard for me. And for most projects, it's okay, because people, when empowered, do great. But these great leaders, Jobs, Jared Leto, Mike, they have this vision that they're uncompromising on. And I have watched each of these things, the power and the impact and the magnitude of creation that can happen when there is a leader who will not compromise. Now, is it more stressful? Yes. Is it more difficult? Yes. Is there a chance of ruffling feathers? Absolutely. But if the goal is to create the best possible, most beautiful artistic vision that is possible, you have to have that kind of conviction. You have to have that kind of dedication to the vision at the expense of always being liked. And, I have had experiences in the last couple of years where, as a camp leader, I've had to make decisions that I believe to be in defense of the vision or the whole in the project that is not popular to everyone. But I kind of still feel like I'm an infant and I'm baby stepping, and so I'm trying more and more in projects to say, okay, that's close. Can we try it this way? That's close. Let's do a little bit less. No, that's not exactly what we're looking for. And that's so hard for me. Because the truth is, I'm not thinking you suck. I'm just thinking this isn't exactly what I need for the way I'm seeing this project. And maybe it's my fault for not communicating well enough. And so I try in my communications to still have that same tone of kindness and compassion and likability, but without being a slave to the need to be liked. I've been working with this incredible illustrator, and I sent him some notes on a draft of an illustration, and he sent it back with these edits to it, and I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. The things that you've added are actually not helping. And so I was like, okay, and I was really busy, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to respond from two perspectives. The first, as art, this is beautiful. It's gorgeous. What you've done is amazing. Now, secondly, as the manager trying to get this project to work, this illustration isn't going to work for me. This is what I need it to do to work for this project. Bang, 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 bang. And luckily, he wrote back and was like, awesome, totally get it. Thanks for your feedback. Let's have it. We had a call earlier, and I think that we're on the same page now. But that was like hugely filled with anxiety for me. Whereas I think these people that I see as inspiring, role modeling leaders, just like, they're just like, shh, 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 lead, charge. And the challenges of my current chapter, much of them I think are about trying to stretch and learn and grow in that area. Not easy for me. Not easy for me. Of course, that's exactly why these opportunities to learn keep falling in my lap. It really is something that I've become to admire, is the leader who can say, that's not going to work, do it again, and you still are happy and proud and honored because you respect them for you're holding on to that ideal. Oh, the fourth person that inspired me was my first boss, Bennett, who was explaining to me. He was my boss at College Club, and now he coaches, I don't know how many girls soccer teams for his kids, and he was sharing with me the intensity and the standards that he holds these girls to, and his explanation and his defense and his understanding of their reaction to his demand of excellence was that they were so appreciative that they weren't just getting a gold star no matter what, that they actually had to grow and learn and really put in effort. And therefore, when he did say, okay, that's an 8 out of 10, good job, they were like, yes! And they were really working hard, and they were craving that. And I was like, wow. My first thought is, what an a-hole. I would not want you to coach me, and I think I would have a hard time seeing you coach one of my kids. But after hearing him talk about it, and this experience that I've been having lately with leaders, and realizing how much better I would be with those leaders and how much better a leader I would be if I was more comfortable in that dynamic of having somebody, push me to be my best, that maybe, it all makes more sense now. Now, maybe this is just a temporary chapter and I can learn these things and I can stop being in this stress state. Or maybe I can get to a place where it's not stressful. It's just the natural order of trying to be my best and asking everyone around me to be their best. I don't know. Jacob Glass says that he's given up the pursuit of excellence, because if you pursue excellence, it just means that everybody else is an a-hole. Everybody else is not doing good enough, and that's just not a fun way to live. I don't know. That's food for thought as well. So, thank you for the leaders who inspire me, and thank you for those that are patient with me as I practice and try to be a better leader myself. In the end, I think it's always the role modeling that inspires me the most. If I see somebody who is walking the walk and then asks me to hold myself to the same standards, that's what makes me go, I admire this person, I'm going to push myself and be grateful for the opportunity. Maybe not right now, but later I'll be grateful. Happy Hug Nation. Thank you for being you. I love you.